Hey guys, welcome back to Panic Knife Doll. In the next few months, we'll see the release of next-gen consoles, so I've put together a list of game titles that we can look out for. Not in any particular order, we'll start with Assassin's Creed IV Black Flag. This open-world adventure game is developed by Ubisoft and is the sixth major installment in the Assassin's Creed series. It's expected to release October 29, 2013 for all platforms. Cyberpunk 2077 is a role-playing game produced by CD Projekt Red. It will have a non-linear story with different character classes, and your character customization is strongly tied to the plot. CD Projekt Red is taking their time and are almost certain it won't be available before 2015. Daylight is a survival horror game developed by Zombie Studios and powered by Unreal Engine 4. Each time the player begins a new game, they experience a new world with new content. From the layout of buildings to events they encounter, no two experiences will be the same. Expected to release early 2014 for PC and PS4. Final Fantasy XV is developed and published by Square Enix. Its concept is a heavy departure from other installments in the Final Fantasy series, providing a darker and more realistic atmosphere that focuses on human emotions and believable characters. It will release 2014 on all platforms and not just as a PlayStation 4 exclusive. Lords of the Fallen is an action RPG game by CI Games. The game will feature a non-linear story that is broken up into chapters. It's been compared to a mix between Dark Souls and Borderlands, available for PC and next-gen consoles, planned to release in 2014. Transistor is the second game released by developer Supergiant Games. It's a sci-fi themed action RPG game based in a futuristic city. They integrated thoughtful strategic planning into a fast-paced action experience, expected to release in early 2014 for PC and PS4. The Walking Dead 400 Days, developed by Telltale Games and Skybound Entertainment, is a new DLC episode tied to Season 1 that revolves around 5 separate stories. It'll be released on all platforms as the original series, and presumable before the release of Walking Dead Season 2 sometime in fall of 2013. D4, or Dark Dreams Don't Die, is in early development and has no release date yet. But you play as a private investigator whose wife was murdered. The traumatic experience left you unable to remember what happened, but also granted you the ability to travel in time to specific points as you continue your investigation. Although D4 uses Kinect controls, the game is meant to be a relaxed game where you can sit and use simple gestures and voice controls. This will be an Xbox One exclusive. Dead Rising 3 is developed by Capcom Vancouver. The story is set 10 years after the events of Dead Rising 2. You'll be able to fully explore the city in this darker storyline as you attempt to survive the threat of zombies. It's planned to release November 2013 exclusively for Xbox One. Forza Motorsport 5 is a racing game built for Xbox One from developer Turn 10. Forza has always placed emphasis on modification and customization of their vehicles, plus they deliver the thrill of racing with some of the world's greatest cars and tracks. We can expect to see this title released sometime this holiday season. Halo has been confirmed and will be the first game in the Halo series to be on Xbox One. This title is the sequel to Halo 4 and is the second chapter in the Reclaiming trilogy. It's planned to be a much darker game in comparison to previous releases. The game will run at 60 frames per second on the new engine and will have dedicated servers. We can expect to see the new Halo in 2014. Killer Instinct is a fighting game developed by Double Helix Games. Not to be confused with the original, Killer Instinct plays significantly different as it's more compared to Street Fighter IV but with simpler moves and combos. This will be an Xbox exclusive set to release November 2013. Rise Son of Rome is the third-person game in development by German studio Crytek to be published by Microsoft Studios. You'll be immersed into the chaos and brutality of the Roman battle using Kinect to control your character. This game will be released at the Xbox One launch. Titanfall is a first-person multiplayer game. Players fight either on foot as pilots or inside Titans to compete in team-based objectives. It's multiplayer only, but will feel like multiplayer combined with single-player elements. Published by EA and developed by Respawn Entertainment, these are the same people who brought us the Call of Duty Modern Warfare series, so it'll be interesting to see what they've come up with. The game will be available on Xbox One and PC. Drive Club is a next-gen socially connected racing game, but it's also about friendship, rivalries, and team-based racing. Players will be able to join clubs and complete challenges. You'll be exposed to some of the world's best supercars, most breathtaking roads with these next-gen graphics. Developed by Evolution Studios, this will be a PS4 exclusive with no release date yet. Infamous Second Son is a PlayStation 4 exclusive and the third entry in the Infamous franchise by Sucker Punch. Set 7 years after the events of Infamous 2, it follows the story of Deslin Rowe. In this open-world action-adventure game, karmic choices play a role in the main story just as in Infamous and Infamous 2. Killzone Shadow Fall once again takes players to the battlefield in this first-person shooter. It's the 4th game in the main series and the 6th overall. This next Killzone installment is the debut title from Guerrilla Games for PS4. We can expect to find this game in 2013. EA Sports UFC is a mixed martial arts fighting game developed by Electronic Arts. It's based on the Ultimate Fighting Championship brand, and it will be the first UFC game since THQ sold the license to Electronic Arts. You'll notice a new bar for character likeness and emotion, along with smarter opponents leading to more challenging and unpredictable fights. We can look for this game for Xbox One and PS4 sometime next spring. FIFA 14 is the newest addition to the series. It is being developed by EA Canada and will be available on all platforms starting with PS3 and Xbox 360 in September of 2013. You can expect precision movement with every step as players plant, pivot, cut, and shift momentum just as real players do. Madden NFL 25 isn't the 25th installment of the franchise, but instead marks the 25th anniversary of Madden games. New gameplay designs allow players to have better control when running with the ball. Players can also take on the role of NFL owner for the first time in the Madden games, giving you control over ticket prices, upgrading your stadium, and even hiring and firing the coaching staff. You can expect to see this game August 27, 2013 for PS3 and Xbox 360. It's also expected to be at a launch title for both next-gen consoles. Need for Speed Rivals lets you live the ongoing rivalry between opposing sides of cops and racers. Racers drive alone in their car built for speed as cops work in teams to hunt down and bust the racers. You can switch between the roles at any time. Cops and racers can earn speed points, progress in ranks, and unlock unique cars throughout the gameplay. Single player is no longer isolated from multiplayer mode as they seamlessly combine the two. There are no lobbies, no waiting, and you and your friends can share the same game, race, and chase. You can find Need for Speed Rivals on PS3 and Xbox 360 in November of 2013, and it'll also be available on the upcoming next-gen consoles. Sniper Elite 3 is a tactical shooter game currently in development looking to release in 2014 after all of their success from Sniper Elite V2. With new ideas from developers and feedback from the fans, new improvements were made as they try to make this installment even better than the last. The team is working on creating all new environments, have a more refined gameplay experience, and a new storyline. This third installment of the game is published by 505 Games and developed by Rebellion for consoles and PC. Thief is an action-adventure game in which the players take on the role of a master thief. You can use your set of skills to accomplish the most challenging heist, the most inaccessible loots, and the best-kept secrets because nothing is out of your reach. You can find this available on all platforms in 2014. Watch Dogs is a groundbreaking, open-world action-adventure stealth game set in Chicago. A central network on computers and technology connects everyone and everything. As you seek personal justice, you'll monitor and hack those around you by manipulating the system. Using your city as a weapon, you can obtain security footage, download personal information, control traffic lights, public transportation, and more. Watch Dogs will be available November 19, 2013 for all platforms, developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Ubisoft. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is an action role-playing game combining a non-linear story based on player decisions. Full of unexpected events and believable characters in a vast open world. It has unique, intuitive combat with environments that react to the in-game events. The game will be the third in the series and is being developed by CD Projekt Red to release in 2014 on all platforms. And Wolfenstein: The New Order is the first-person shooter game set in the 60s, and it is an alternate world where the Nazis won World War II. You must launch a counter-offensive strike and fight against the Nazis who have taken over the world. This will be the 9th installment in the Wolfenstein series, working with ID Tech 5 engine. Developed by Machine Games, look for this title December 2013 for all platforms. Now, even with all these game titles, there are still many out there that weren't even mentioned. And this is just the beginning. With 2 next-gen consoles to release in the upcoming months, developers are sure to reveal more. So make sure to like this video if you enjoyed and hit subscribe. I'm Katie with Panic Knife Doll, and thanks for watching.